What's up YouTube? It's your friendly neighborhood GM, your host Coach Key, and welcome back to Legends and Dice Cafe, where we learn about tabletop RPGs from old school to modern and do lots and lots of solo gameplay. Back with my weekly video like I do on Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and today's video I'm going to be sharing with you a few tips on how to get started on your solo tabletop RPG journey. As always, don't forget to make sure you hit that thumbs up button so YouTube will push it out to more and more people. If you'd like to further support the channel, hop on over to Patreon and subscribe to Legends and Dice Cafe. And if you'd like to join a game with me, all of my games are on startplayinggames.com. I plan on running one-shots, one free one-shot every single month. This month is going to be Dragonbane, and I'm not sure what the next system is going to be for next month. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into some cool tips. People play solo for many different reasons. I personally play because I just enjoy hanging out by myself sometimes. But it's also a great way to learn a new system or to get familiar with a system that you're looking to play for a group. And it's also a great way to test out your homebrew ideas. Now, my first tip is going to be pick a rules light system. And as far as a rules light system, I have a few suggestions for you that I think are great for beginners. Cairn 2E, or even the first edition. Cairn is a fantastic system. Very light, simple, easy to pick up. Knave 2nd edition and 1st edition is also a fantastic system to use for solo. Shadow Dark, Mothership for a cool sci-fi adventure, and Cloud Empress. Now, I also had Mouse Ritter on my list, but I can't seem to find my printed version of it. But Mouse Ritter is also a fantastic light rule system, great for beginners, great for honestly anybody. All of these systems are great for new GMs and older GMs. Easy for you and your players to pick up. And tip number 2. Use oracles. Now, there are a lot of different options out there. I am familiar with Mythic GM Emulator. I've never tried it, but there's so many different suggestions. Google, there's so many different resources out there that will help you find oracles that will guide you along your journey. And oracles, not just yes or no questions, but random tables for encounters, traps, and puzzles, monsters. I have a few suggestions on different books that are awesome and great for solo play. The Warden's Guide. This is a fantastic book for world building for your solo games or for the games that you run for a group. Another one, the Shadow Dark Game Master Quick Start Guide. As you see, I'm still working with the quick start guides when it comes to Shadow Dark, but those two books alone are fantastic. I'm currently running Shadow Dark on the channel. I have a few sessions up, and I'm running it using the Game Master's Quick Start Guide. This has a lot of great jewels in it. Thin book, easy for you to absorb. So if you're looking for some tables, the Warden's Guide and the Game Master Shadow Dark Game Master's guides are fantastic. And the Mothership Warden's Operational Manual. You can create an entire sci-fi horror adventure with just this alone. You see how thin it is? Really, really great book. So you probably have a lot of these books already. That's why I said you've got access. You probably have access to everything that you need for your solo journey. And I have a couple more suggestions. Well, just one more. Otherwise, I'll be here all day. So, Knave 2nd edition. Oh man, this thing has tons and tons of really awesome tables, and I have a video displaying some of the cool tables inside of Knave 2nd edition. This is a really great book. I'm also running Knave. I think I only have one session up so far. Great resources for solo play. And I also have a few suggestions for you if you don't want to go through that entire process with creating or finding oracles to run your solo games. There are a lot of games out there that come with all of that inside of one book. 4 Against Darkness is a great book and a great book for beginners. Has your character creation and all the tables, everything that you need to go through a fun adventure. Tunnels and Trolls is also a fantastic game. Everything that you need inside of here. And Lone Wolf. I'm not the biggest fan of these style adventures where you kind of just make a decision and then you turn to that section. I honestly would prefer to play the way that I started the video out with choosing a light rule system and finding some oracles to help guide you along your journey. But these are also really fantastic, and these are cool to take on the go as well. Begin with a short scenario. Hopefully I spelled, oh, I just wiped off the O, so that's not a C, that's not scenaric. It's scenario. So I tried to correct it and I made it worse, but I think that you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. So begin with a short scenario, a simple dungeon crawl, a rescue mission, or a mystery in a small town. I say in the beginning, keep it nice and short. That way you don't overthink things and so you're not overwhelmed. Tip number 4. Another option is to pick a familiar system. In the beginning, I said start with a light system, but you don't always have to do that, of course, and you don't have to take any of these tips, of course, or anyone's tips, because when you play solo, you play how you want to play, which is one of the things that I love. So you can start with a light system, or you can start with a familiar system, a system that you're already used to and you already feel comfortable with. So you don't have to worry about learning rules on top of trying to figure out and learn how to or get comfortable playing solo. My very first solo game was actually D&D 5th edition. I was running Dragons of Stormwreck Isle solo. And which is crazy because I had no idea what I was doing, and now sometimes I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of learning along the way. Being in the moment, being present, and just having fun and not overthinking things, which is very easy to do. Sometimes we get so stuck and so caught up in our mind and how we think things should go, we end up missing out on the beauty of it all. And that's being in the moment and being present, having fun. And last tip, enhancing your immersion into your game. I hope I said that right. Let me explain. Let me attempt to explain. A great way to enhance immersion is narrative play, which is where you focus more on the storytelling aspect, your character choices, and like your world building, rather than just combat and dice rolls. So in other words, the story takes more of a center stage, and your rules serve as a guide or inspire the narrative play rather than dominate it. And that's actually it. And a quick recap. So tip number 1 is to make sure you pick a rules light system. And tip number 2, use oracles. Tip number 3, begin with a short scenario. Tip number 4, another option is to pick a familiar system, one that you are already comfortable with. And tip number 5 is immersion, enhancing immersion through narrative play. I hope these tips were useful. I have tons of videos on solo play on my channel for you to check out. I hope that you finally take the step out to actually try solo tabletop RPGs if you haven't already, and you might be, or if you're unsure, ain't nothing to it but to do it, is what they say. So, and as always, don't forget to make sure you hit that thumbs up button, make sure you comment, and make sure you subscribe. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on any of the cool content that I post on Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And one more mention as far as games, solo games. One of my favorite games to play is Dragonbane. Dragonbane has solo adventure. Inside of the starter set, it is really, really cool. You can go through the solo adventure, and it even shows you how to create your own scenarios. So definitely try it out. And I hope you guys have a super fantastically awesome rest of your weekend. Do something fun, play something fun, and peace.